can we please talk about UFC 261? Jesus Christ, what a strange night of events. You had people breaking their legs, you had, like, you know, a fantastic knockout in the main event, and even weirder, some of my terrible bets actually came good. It's, you know, it turns out that I'm a liar. Those bets weren't terrible. So, yeah. We'll start off with my honourable mention. My honourable mention, Jeff Molina was fighting... Oh, I forget his name. Sorry, the Chinese fella. Anyway, Jeff Molina was fighting. He's one of James Krause's guys. I'm telling you guys, watch out for those guys being trained by James Krause. Those guys are money. They are money in the bank. So anytime I see one of those guys, I am putting money on them, because there's a decent chance they'll win. Hell of a coach, James Krause. Good lord. So yeah, let's have a look at one of the most stunning parts of the night with Weidman against Hall. Uriah Hall is now officially the only fighter to ever win a fight in the UFC without ever throwing a strike, which is incredible. And yeah, I mean, feel bad for Weidman. That sucks. That sucks for Weidman, because if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. It's one of the most disgusting leg breaks I think I've ever seen in my life. And the fact that it was Chris Weidman fought Anderson Silva a few years ago, and Anderson Silva broke his leg on one of when he threw a kick at Chris Weidman, and Chris Weidman checked it. And now the same thing has happened here, but to Chris Weidman. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks for Hall as well, because, like, even though it goes down as a win, like, they're going to have to run that back at some point if Weidman continues fighting. I mean, that's a hell of a leg break. He's 36 already. I do not know if he necessarily comes back from that one. But yeah, who do we want to see Hall go up against? Darren Till. Darren Till, come on, make that fight. That is a perfect fight. They're both strikers. Like, Darren Till, you know, he's entertaining, let's put it that way. You know, the press conference will be fun, because I think that Uriah Hall started to kind of talk a little bit of shit here and there. And yeah, they're both stand-up fighters, both very spectacular. That would be a really fun fight. They're both kind of, I believe they're both top 6 in the middleweight division. So that would make sense. That would make perfect sense. Make that fight happen. Anthony Smith versus Jimmy Crute. Well, like I said, one of my terrible bets was Smith to finish the fight, which was +4, which was an excellent bet. Happy days. Because look, at the end of the day, if you didn't see the fight, basically, Anthony Smith was winning the fight. His jab was on point. His jab was absolutely perfect. He was really making a mess of Crute's face, and he was just throwing a lot of leg kicks as well. And the thing is, if you didn't see it, what happened was the fight was stopped between rounds because Smith threw one of those kicks that that affected the nerve in his leg, so his leg just wouldn't work, basically. Same thing that happened to Sugar Sean O'Malley. Now, Sugar Sean O'Malley protested after he had that happen to him against Chito Vera. He protested that it wasn't a real loss, that he's still undefeated. Bollocks, mate. Do you know what I mean? Your opponent threw that kick with the intent of hurting your leg, right? It's rare that happens, but the intent is to do that. Do you know what I mean? Basically, they hit the leg kick perfectly. That's what happened. Like, it was perfect, spot on perfect, and it caused the nerve to go dead. So it's a legit technique, and that's what you're trying. It's like a flash KO, but with using the legs rather than the head. That's all it is. But yeah, very impressive win for Anthony Smith. Realistically, next up for Anthony Smith, you're looking at the winner of Prochaska against Reyes, which is coming up this weekend, which I'll be placing some bets on very shortly. That's the fight to make, because that'll be a title eliminator. And then, then you're going to be looking at a light heavyweight title fight, hopefully for Anthony Smith. But either way, there's a lot of possibilities on the horizon. Valentina Shevchenko against Jessica Andrade. Well, what can you say? You know, I told you, the pattern dictated it. The pattern made it so. She goes decision, finish, decision, finish, decision, finish, decision, and then last night was a finish. Well, not last night, last weekend. And she just showed that Andrade's just not even in her league. Andrade looks small, man. She looked small compared to Valentina. And normally it's Andrade that's like the one that can use her muscular kind of frame to like pick people up and slam them. She tried to do that to Valentina. That ain't working. She's too big. She just looks noticeably bigger. And also her wrestling was fantastic. Her offensive wrestling was fantastic. She's just on another level. I don't know who gets near Valentina Shevchenko. I mean, she's beaten everybody in the top 5. I think Calderwood is the only one that she hasn't beaten. So make that fight next. That's all you can do, right? If you're not doing Valentina against Nunes in the near future, then next up it's got to be Calderwood. So good luck to Calderwood. Rose against Zhang Weili. Wow, what a fantastic knockout from Thug Rose. Great fan of that head kick knockout. Not a fan of the waterworks afterwards. I don't like all this kind of crying business. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I'm just too emotionally kind of distant, too emotionally anemic. I don't understand the whole bawling your eyes out like someone's died when you've just won the title. I don't get that at all. But next up for her, surely it's got to be the winner of Esparza and Sionan. They're fighting on the 22nd of May, so later on, next month. The winner of that should get a shot at Rose. It's that simple. So yeah, make that fight. And then you had Usman against Masvidal. This was another one that went very well for me. So they were shocked to see. A lot of people said they were shocked to see Usman win in that way. But look, he's finished like 3 of his last 4 by knockout. Well, by knockout or TKO. Yes, it was a brilliant flash KO, but technically it was a TKO because he had to go in there and hammer fist him until he was finished. Giggity, that's what she said. But yeah, Usman, with Trevor Whitman as his striking coach, he's just looking better and better and better. You have to look at where the fighters are going, not where they were. If you like, this is why the finish at 3.25 I thought was an absolute steal. That's why it was my pick of the week, and it was a good pick of the week. I'm now on a winning streak of 2 with my picks of the week. So yeah, we should probably hopefully continue that onto next week. But yeah, I mean, Kamaru Usman, what a nightmare he is. He's just ridiculous. He's getting better and better. I'm not sure who beats him, but obviously he's going to keep on taking the next one up, and I'm going to continue to look forward to seeing it. Commiserations to Jorge Masvidal, but it's opened up some possibilities for him. Maybe he takes on Nate Diaz again, and they put him on the same card when Nick Diaz comes back, because Nick Diaz is looking for a fight. They've suggested Khamzat Chimaev, but let's be realistic, that ain't happening. Come on, give him Colby. Colby versus Nick Diaz would be perfect. But yeah, congratulations to Usman. He looked sensational. That punch was fantastic. Yeah, good for him. Well done. So yeah, the Usman and Smith double. Boom! Bang on the money. Job done. Terrible bet. Lovely stuff. That's one in the win column for old Burt. So yeah, in the news we've got unfortunately Dillashaw versus Corey Sandhagen is off. That's a real shame. I was looking forward to that fight because TJ's been forced from the fight due to a cut. You can see here. It looks like a nasty one, to be fair. So hopefully he can get that stitched up, get that repaired, and they can reschedule that fight for a couple of months' time, because I was really looking forward to that. I really was. McGregor sells his shares in Proper 12. Fair play to him. 600 million for some proper crap. You know what I mean? It's like, to be fair, he has done so well to make money off of that, because the shit is nasty. It is. It's nasty. He's a master at marketing, and he knew, like, he's timed that really well. He knew that the shine was going to be off McGregor. Like, if McGregor's probably not planning to be an active fighter for that much longer, and once he hangs up the gloves, all of a sudden the shine is going to be off that whiskey, and all you're going to be left with is a cheap, nasty, disgusting whiskey, and they won't be able to sell any of it. So he's cashed in for 600 million. Fair play to him. Well done. That you can't hate on that. He's done that perfectly. Do you know what I mean? They've managed to take a crap, horrible product, slap his name on it, make some money off it. It's like the whole carnival mentality of leaving town straight afterwards, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like selling snake oil, like in the Old West. It's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, fair play to him. Conor, and speaking of Conor McGregor, he's been going back and forth with Usman on Twitter. Conor McGregor's kind of talking about how he invented, like, how Usman's stealing his shots, which is weird, right? Because the tweet's up here, it's just like, Usman's even copying my shots now. Am I to fight this guy at some stage? I think so. Can't be copying my words and my shots and not get a smack funny. I like 170. It's mine soon. And it always ends up sounding like Marlon Brando. I'm not really sure why, in The Godfather. But anyway, Usman came back, except when I touch you at 170, they go out. What? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. When I touch you, they go out. Why do they... What? Why doesn't the person you're hitting go out? Why are you taking it out on all this they business? What the fuck is that? They don't even go out for your 155 anymore. I finish people. You get finished. I mean, could you stop with that kind of talk, Usman? It sounds like you work at a knocking shop. Honestly. Yeah, it's just, yeah. In terms of trash talk, Conor wins that, and he always does. But it is weird. Like, Conor McGregor, you didn't invent the fucking cross. You know, I'm pretty sure the cross as a punch has been around for so... I'm not an expert, but I'm fairly certain that the straight punch has been around for longer than Conor McGregor has. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, so... Either way, yeah, they're beefing back and forth, but let's be realistic. Conor McGregor is not beating Kamaru Usman. That doesn't go well for him. I'm not, yeah, I mean, he's keeping himself relevant, but yeah, I'm not. I do not think that Conor McGregor can beat Kamaru Usman at 170. I mean, because Kamaru Usman's a legit 170 as well. He's a big boy. And he carries a lot of power, and his striking is getting better and better. And also, he can always just take it down if he wants to. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's a terrible matchup for Conor. And considering Conor's been on like, because Conor came back and was just like, oh, well, I finished. You were present at my last fight at like 170. And I knocked out Cowboy in 40 seconds. It's like, yeah, but you were both just lightweights who didn't want to cut weight. Like, Cowboy's not a legit 170, is he? Do you know what I mean? And with respect to Cowboy, like, I'm not sure a win over Cowboy at 170 gets you straight in line for a title shot. I mean, it does because you're Conor McGregor. But maybe it would happen. It could happen. I mean, I'm not being funny. I've seen stranger shit happen than this. I don't think it goes well for Conor, though. I think he should probably focus on getting his win over Dustin Poirier in that trilogy first, because if that doesn't go well, I'm not really sure where Conor goes from there. But anyway, let's move on. Troll of the week, we've got Jorge Masvidal, a lot of Jorge Masvidal ones, which I kind of feel bad about, but not really, because I mean he made a lot of memes out of Ben Askren, and this one does include Ben Askren because it's just got them sitting there in front of Sean Shelby. It's like, hey Ben, you want to come over for a sleepover? And he's like, yeah, that'd be nice. And then it's got the nice picture of them both knocked out because he was stiff as a board. He was knocked out stiff, was Jorge Masvidal on Saturday night. Yeah. The crap Photoshop makes it even better. I absolutely love it. I think it's fucking hilarious. And yeah, so then you've got one more. This one I like to call George on George crime, or Jorge on Jorge crime, rather. Basically, you know, when he went down and kind of was getting in Ben Askren's face after he knocked Ben Askren out, someone's photoshopped his lifeless corpse, like, underneath himself. So it's like, yeah, Jorge on Jorge crime. Beautiful. And last one is watching the fights versus drama. Now this one, it's not related to Jorge Masvidal or anything like that. It's just funny. It's like, basically, you've got Chael Sonnen sitting next to Fedor Emelianenko. You know what? And they couldn't be any more polar opposite in terms of their kind of style, could they? Do you know what I mean? Just in terms of their mannerisms. And, you know, Fedor's sitting there quietly while Chael Sonnen's just like running his mouth as he does. And next to Sonnen, it just says the UFC fans who spend 90% of their time talking about the out of the cage drama. And then you've got, it's just me sitting there who just wants to watch the fights. I've got to be totally honest, I am with Chael Sonnen all day. I love the drama. And yeah, that's all the trolls this week. That is the wrap up of all of the news events. The bets were pretty good, to be fair. Like, they weren't bad at all. And yeah, I will be heading on Friday. Well, Friday I will be doing some bets on Reyes versus Prochaska, which is coming up on the Friday. It's not the best card, if I'm totally honest, but I am going to throw some money on it. I am going to put down some predictions. So until Friday, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.